Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's going on? I got another poem for y'all today. This one is short but simple. Of course, most of the poems I do on my channel are short. But yeah, um, this is written based on me. I mean, most of my poems are written based on me, cause all I tell is the truth. I don't really put fables or conspiracies in my poems. I tell you the truth. If you like these videos, like, comment, share. Share this with your poetry friends so we can get it cracking. If you're new, sub. And if you want to be informed about new videos I put out every day, hit that bell. This should be voiceover like number 33, 32. So somewhere in the 30s. And this poem I got for y'all today is called Myself Again. Now, I wrote this in the book, but I had it as a file to be made into a book because I made like a doc of like a bunch of poems and got my cover, got my back cover. I was about to really try to get myself out there and publish a book. And I couldn't really do it because I didn't know any like editors or whatever, so I just kept it as a file. So there was like a bunch of poems in there that I kept for like 2 years and didn't even like use them for anything else. So I decided to take them out like maybe like last month and explored them, read them, and now I'm just using them for a blog post or just using them as poems to put in this little book. But yeah, myself again. I was just a speck of dust in the land of the forgotten. I was him, her, and us. We were standing on a mountain. I said I just want to be myself again, but I always pretend that I'm happy, but I'm not. En route, I'm trapped in anxiety's den, leading a path where the dead lights are. Oppression on behalf. Looked back to see my faith fall apart. All the devils of this world will not overthrow the love I have for myself to be whole again, but I always choose the right path. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was myself again. Now, when I wrote this, I always had a big thing with committing sins and being punished, and I just kept following my urges to the point where it was just like I couldn't really break out of that cycle. I used to. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys right now. I used to steal a lot from the dollar store. The only thing I really used to take, because I really needed them, were earphones, because at the time, I was going through a lot of stuff, and I needed to feel like I was in the music, so I wouldn't have to listen to everything else or whatever anybody else was saying. I needed earphones, and it was just like, and it wasn't just earphones. It was like other things like candy and stuff I couldn't really get the first time. But yeah, nowadays I don't do that anymore. That when I was stealing, it was like a couple years ago, and then I just like stopped. So yeah, so I taught myself that if I can't commit that same sin, then other sins and I can't commit either, and keep going with my life and be good and positive, without just causing situations. But these lines: I was just a speck of dust in the land of the forgotten. I was him, her, and us. We were standing on a mountain. What that basically means, first off, is God, the Most High, is inside of all of us. And with that being said, him being inside all of us, God could be anything. God is not just a white man on a cloud. No, God is a dog. God is your grandmother. God could be any family member that you love the most out of any family member. God could be a friend that died a long time ago from committing suicide or something. Like, God could be anybody and anything that you want. Like, God could be a lion, you know. God is two deities that combine together, and with that being said, then he knows himself. He is in all of us and everything, you know. So that's not, that's basically what that whole line is. I said I just want to be myself again, but I always pretend that I'm happy, but I'm not. En route, I'm trapped in anxiety's den. When I say that, I was always having trouble with maintaining my composure and basically being in public and being around people. I have anxiety, not really bad anymore, but to the point where I'm nervous in anywhere that I go. And people see that as a very distinct weakness and start to pick at it and call me all sorts of names and everything. And then I'm ready to defend myself, because of this. So that's basically what that meant. Leading a path where the dead lights are, oppression on behalf, look back to see my faith fall apart. I was trying to be on a path where I knew where peace existed, and I knew that I couldn't be around the ignorance of my race. I could probably teach some people in my race to be somewhat obedient towards situations, but I could never do that. And look back to see my faith fall apart. I would always look to God and everything else, and sometimes I would be in situations where I just think it wouldn't work. So yeah, and then I don't have to tell you what the last line is. I mean, yeah, I don't have to tell you what the last line is. But if you enjoyed this, like, comment, share this with your poetry friends, and we can get it cracking. If you're new, sub, and if you want to be informed about new videos I put out every day, hit that bell. All right, peace, y'all.